Hello everyone, welcome back to Stellaris. Probably gonna have another short stream today. Probably until like 7:30. There we go. Oh wait. Alright.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Alright. Just go through. Alright. Kinda annoying having to start all over again, but what can you do? In the eons since the first primitive American communities took shape in the meadows and forests of America, our civilization has spread and prospered. But the Sonian society is not always united toward a common goal. Oh, ow. In centuries past, mounting tensions between competing nations came to an apocalyptic head in a global thermonuclear war that came to the lives of billions and forever marred the face of America. In the decades that followed, surviving Americans faced radiological contamination, mutations, and violent tribalism. It was in this grim crucible that the United States of America was truly forged, and with it a new world order. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlink network, the finest minds of the United States of America have finished development on the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are truly within our grasp. Begin! Alright, ours. Direct democracy. Focus on exploration. Government expand. Okay, wait. All right, normal. Alright, research speed, yes. Boost up income. Okay. Double check everything. Sparrow. Alright, can't buy anything, so just have to wait a little bit. Right. Need to figure out what other games I can get running on Linux. Right. Just gonna have to wait. Hurry up and wait. Oh, there you go. 20 years, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. Discovery of alien life. The Crescent has made a startling find on GM-3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on America. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on GM-3 are sapient, it's likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. The United States of America is abuzz with the news of the alien organisms. This was discovered some time ago. While far from intelligent, there is life out there. New life offers valuable scientific insights.
Construction complete.
Alright. Made first contact with space aliens in the Sol system. For now, we've codenamed them Sigma aliens, so we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose. Go ahead, Alexander Murphy. Tradition. Let's get one that we can get more unity from. The thing that really helps with unity. Let's go with prosperity then. I think no. Let's go with commerce this time. Next time we'll go with prosperity. Event chain, mass extinction for the ages. Our first steps into the void beyond America is driven not just by curiosity but conquest, but by necessity. The biosphere of America has rapidly changed. The scientists warning of a potential mass extinction event, a cyclical purging of life inherent to planetary existence in the cosmos. Our research firm has been developed to study planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents. By reconstructing the events, we hope to avoid a similar fate for America and the American race, for an American future.
Situation log updated. Situation log updated.
They have covered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Troidum 4. They must have been active in this region of space approximately 12 million years ago, judging by the age of their artifacts. From what they've been able to piece together, our scientists theorize that these aliens, who call themselves the Voltum Star Assembly, were born like annelids, roughly 3 to 4 meters in length, that communicated with each other primarily through vibration carried along their segmented bodies. And artifacts discovered. 150 artifacts.
Council agenda ready.
System surveyed. First contact event pending. You have picked up readings of unknown nature. The signals seem to follow some kind of repeating syntax, which could indicate sentient origin. It should be investigated further. They seem to be concentrated around a single large vessel, so it's unclear whether this forms part of a larger spacefaring civilization.
Construction complete.
As we begin to pick up more and more visual images of the aliens known as the Sigma aliens, it was inevitable that these would eventually be leaked to the wider public. Their appearances has proven delightful to the Sonian public, who are now impatient to make a close acquaintance with these aliens, and so we shall. Three mining stations. Okay. Event chain habitable world survey. You now know without a doubt thriving biosphere is something not unique to America. Both in the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog life forms we encountered are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. Commendable initiative.
System survey complete.
What do you even spend it on? Might as well just have trade, you know? Okay, energy credits are used to upkeep of ships and buildings, clear planetary bunkers. Feels like that you use for everything and nothing, you know. Don't need that.
Construction complete.
The crescent has picked up strange energy signatures coming from somewhere deep inside the atmosphere of Arcturus 2. Appears to be originating from a structure of some kind, possibly the remains of an orbital station, but the atmospheric pressure makes it impossible to approach. Nevertheless, scans of the unique signature have yielded a large amount of valuable physics data. Fascinating. Voltium Observatory. Event chain precursors to Voltum. An ancient Voltum observatory has been found on the surface of Troidum 4. The Troidum system is fairly distant from the region of space where the Voltum originated. This facility appears to have been primarily used for the observation of their own stars. We have gone over the observatory's surviving data, but there are no clues to exactly what the Voltum are searching for in the observatory.
Situation log updated.
Research speed plus 5%. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. So, successfully translating the language has established communications for the independent space station of the Champions Forge Live. Let's see if they want to talk.
An alien empire has established communication.
Welcome to CFL. This is where legends are forged and stellar dreams take flight. We roam the stars, providing danger and spectacle to a galaxy grown bored of safety and routine. What's your angle? Nimble pilots, spectacular firepower, or simply a taste for profit and applause? Sign up today and we'll turn you into a star. Interesting. So like the civilization of what? Like almost like a civilizational version of a TV company or something.
Construction complete. Special project complete.
The archaeological dig on Troidum 4 has uncovered a small mirror on one of the observatory's dust-covered smaller chambers. It seems to depict different constellations, possibly as they will appear if viewed from the Voltum homeworld. Our astronomers have not been able to identify the individual stars. Interesting find. +1 Voltum artifacts recovered, 250 resources, and 250 physics research.
Research complete.
The library. A thick layer of glass and metal comes this otherwise barren metal planet, perhaps hinting at some sort of cataclysmic event in its past. Society research. Produce from farmers +5. Let's go for Unity. Alright.
Research complete.
Corvette hull points, frigate hull points, 10%. Okay, what do we want? Better coil guns. Science level up, Ultra Tucker. Meticulous. Voltum mining base. Remnants of a small Voltum helium-3 mining base have been found at the bottom of a large crater on E-Foil 5. The blast that created the crater seems to have originated from inside the facility itself. Unless Voltum mining techniques were radically different from our own, equipment failure or accident cannot account for such a massive explosion. Fascinating. It's a special project mining base.
Situation log updated.
Sink through the ages. Our astronomers are confident the asteroid belt in this system was once a habitable planet torn asunder by unknown forces. A special project has been issued to study one of the major asteroids in the belt. Okay.
Situation log updated. Construct.
We made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the Sol system. For now, we codename them Yod aliens until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose.
Research complete.
Alright. Survey speed or... survey speed. No. Resource. Research.
System survey complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Solar system appears to be home to an advanced society of unknown regions. Dwelling in a series of space stations across the system, Envoy Alexander Murphy has discovered multiple crafts floating between them, as well as several larger expeditions leaving the system for unknown purposes. They seem to be broadcasting repetitive but not particularly content-filled signals in our general direction, a development which has confused our linguists, but may help them translate their language.
System survey complete.
Event chain, mass extinction for the ages. The asteroid is in fact a chunk of what was once a habitable and probably inhabited planet. Regular but overlapping fracture patterns indicate that the planetary demolition was intentional and controlled, if somewhat rushed. All signs point to this planet being the homeland of whatever species destroyed it. We may never know what drove them to consider planetary annihilation to be the lesser evil, and perhaps we should be grateful for that. Specimen obtained, fracture planet.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Damn. Oh, good. You won. Minding your own business. Deep within the crevice of the giant asteroid SB00001b, I found something astonishing. There's a mining gear attached to the rock, digging itself into the vast depth of the asteroid. It stands abandoned, with no sign of who placed it there. If we can stop the machine, we'll be able to learn something about the technology used to build it, but we must hurry before random debris crushes it.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
Managed to stop the excavator before it broke down. It's a remarkable piece of technology, It's a piece of machinery with a smooth surface covered in diamonds. At first glance, the whole drill seems like one solid piece, but it's simply so well put together that you cannot notice the grooves and joints. Our engineers will be able to reverse engineer some of this technology.
Research complete.
Shit. New factions recently been founded, gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the United States of America. They call themselves the Knights of the Void. Their members have been pushing hard for us to assert our military dominance over the rest of the galaxy. Academy of Advanced Scientists. Low oppressive
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Holy shit. Biological civilization detected. Initial custodian protocol 46 subroutine Alpha 8. Message follows. Greetings, organic sapiens. You are approaching 00 Onan continuity territory. These systems serve as a refuge for sapient organics against the area. Data block corrupted. Threat. For refugee status applications, proceed to central processing. All sapient organic species are welcome on a basis of availability and need. Notice, hostile actions against refugees or custodian systems will be met with the maximum available force deployment. We greet you as friends and equals, star travelers. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time is covered with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that we have long suspected we are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular xenos appear to have been active on the galactic stage for some time. Their empire is likely thousands of years old. Their technology is far ahead of our own. We should be careful when dealing with them. This changes everything. We have managed to decipher the confusing repetitive messages of the Yod aliens were sending us. And it turns out they were commercial advertisements. It appears that the solar system is the home system of a group of spacefaring traders that call themselves a Caravan Coalition. They apparently make a living by offering the best deals, or what they claim to be the best deals, for whichever civilization they happen to be visiting at the time. Understood? There's two of them.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
All points. CFL, the Forge lights again. Event chain, Champions Forge Live Tournament. This is Champions Forge Live, the galaxy's premier source of spectacle and destruction. Registration is now open for the next CFL tournament in the Pythria system. A glorious free-for-all awaits. Entry requirement, a fleet of almost 25 fleet size. Victors take the reward earned the prestige and the grand CFL trophy. You want to forge a legend? Sign up. You want peace and quiet? Too bad. So ask us next time.
Council agenda ready.
Detailed inspections of Gorkonar 6 or 8 have revealed the source of the data corruption on preliminary scans. Dense clouds of fibrous minerals make up the planet's upper atmosphere. These long, sinuous strands originate from the gas giant's lower layers of the high-pressure environment, stretching them to form highly conductive mineral clouds. Accumulating electrostatic energy as they circulate through the atmosphere, these fibers periodically discharge over time. We can easily extract these resources for our own needs. Add +5 minerals and energy to Gorkonor 8. Event chain, the precursors, the Voltum. A small Voltum satellite was in the orbit of Gorkonor 3. It had been set up to continuously repeat a message to its power source drained millions of years ago. We salvaged its transmitter array, but could only recover a small portion of the transmission. The main purpose of this satellite was apparently to breach the dominant Voltum philosophy to neighboring civilizations. Its message speaks of the need to disconnect and to embrace true existence, whatever that means.
Situation log updated.
Abandoned gateway. It located what appeared to be an ancient subspace gateway near P94L Singularity. It appears to be part of a galaxy-wide network of similar stations which, when operational, allow for near instantaneous travel from one part of the galaxy to another. At some point after its initial construction, its connection to the rest of the network was severed. It now offers only one valid destination, an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that our astronomers have designated the L cluster. Even more intriguing, the gateway is built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Although the gateway appears a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some sort of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L cluster remains beyond our reach. Intriguing.
Situation log updated. Construction complete. System survey complete. Research.
Ambassador, new resource discovered. The Ambassador discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed exotic gases in the Theramora system. There are various potential applications, including advanced energy-based weaponry, force fields, starship fuel, and even recreational drugs. We cannot extract this resource yet, but we could establish control of the system for future exploitation. We are sure to find some more of these types of resources as we continue to explore the galaxy, each with unique properties and applications. Potentially useful. Resources producer mining stations, 10%.
System survey complete.
Oh shit. I actually have quite a bit.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Research, nice. Plus 10%. Let's go with survey speed. Encounter in Theramora. We made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Theramora system. For now, we codename them Gamma aliens until we find out more about them. They possess a language. We should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Further analysis of Crookes found that all planetary orbits in the system exhibit similar singular irregularities. After triangulating the gravitational forces implied by these unusual movements, we have discovered their cause at a previously unseen planet now known as Crookes 12. This world possesses a unique surface of carbon black particles which reflect no light or radio waves, making it virtually invisible to long-range scanners. These naturally occurring polymers have remarkable absorbent properties. They will be harvested and studied for their potential use as stealth material.
Construction complete. Locker cleared.
Indicate the presence of the Theramora system that is sending rudimentary signals across the galaxy. These same patterns have been registered on long-range scans originating from parts unknown. Although it's not clear whether these signals are intentional in nature, it warrants further investigation. Find out more.
Locker cleared.
Archaeologist.
Council agenda available.
Oh, we actually have quite a few stuff.
Locker cleared.
Alright, pop growth speed plus 10%. Mapping the genome of an individual for the secrecy of their DNA opens up for tailored medical treatments and therapies. Let's go with eco-stimulation.
Anomaly found.
Ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Aurelium system. Investigate.
Construction complete.
Sonic-fied science. The torch has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded in the unusual pattern of interference in the Aurelium system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of advanced mathematical equation to be precise, and one that scientist Walter Tucker cannot seem to get out of their mind. However, what they may have been composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggests a point of origin from outside our galaxy.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Alright, Army Health.
Construction complete. System survey complete. Construction complete. System survey complete. Research complete.
Server speed plus 25%. Okay.
Construction.
There are signs of activity by ancient precursor civilization on this hidden hospitable rock. Void worms!
An alien empire has established communications.
Hate these things.
Anomaly found.
Science officers found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing but could garner a substantial find. Investigate. Strength from small places. Having probed the frozen landscapes of the planet Thenian 5A, we think we've discovered something big. Science officer Walter Tucker speaks of bacterial life forms unlike any other. And bonds with other individuals form large blankets that are durable yet light, and also act as solar cells. They absorb solar energy with surprising efficiency, most likely a result of evolution favoring those who could gather more heat in harsh climates. Our researchers back home should surely find some use for this information. Try and find out I can improve energy production. Our energy development researchers have made progress with the samples we sent them from Thenian 5A, Thenian Va. They've been able to develop a new type of solar cell using the organisms as a template. These are much more efficient at storing energy, will provide a boost to all our power plants. Energy credits from jobs plus 5%.
System survey complete.
Process erupted across America, driven by a growing anxiety over the perceived transformation of our society following first contact with an alien species. Demonstrators question long-standing traditions, challenging the foundations of governance, and demand adaptations to accommodate the future shaped by this revelation. Though non-violent, the sheer scale of these movements has placed a strain on civic services and disrupted alien life. However, many citizens do not see these protests as a mere disorder. They see them as a reckoning, a sign that our very identity is being rewritten before our eyes.
Situation log updated.
Oh, fuck. That was a bad idea. The Manifesti. The process on America ceased also suddenly as they began. Many now point to the Manifesti, a shadowy collective known for provocative works that challenge societal norms. While their involvement remains unconfirmed, the latest projects have fixated on alleged consequences of first contact, fueling both controversy and unrest. Though the demonstrations have ended, the Manifesti remain. The message spreads and influence lingers. The time has come to decide how we respond. Powered voices modifier for 3 years. Egalitarian ethics attraction plus 50.
Research complete.
Figures. Thousand words, non-official. A fabricated language has begun spreading throughout art centers and academic institutions. In deliberate rejection of the official tongue, created by the Manifesti, its speakers refuse to acknowledge the legitimacy of our own language, seeing it as a symbol of a society that can no longer define itself in the wake of first contact. Officials warn that this growing refusal to communicate in established terms risks deepening divisions and disabling public discourse. Event chain precursors, the Voltum. Ilthium-3 was home to a small Voltum outpost where they traded with several neighboring civilizations. At one point, the trade post appears to have been converted into a religious mission, where the Voltum attempt to convert visiting alien merchants to their philosophy. Trade ceased shortly afterward, and the plan was eventually abandoned. Modulated fields allow for increasing production and improved energy yield. Event chain, Rise of the Manifesti. The Manifesti have unveiled their most public exhibition to date. A new and extremely powerful interactive experience on America invites visitors to manipulate reflections images of themselves and to create distorted collages of political figures, some from other galactic empires. Critics hailed these pieces as casting the unnecessary and harsh light upon our sense of self. The exhibition has also inspired a number of other satirical works both on domestic issues and on parent-species relations. The debate amongst our social researchers is lively. More conservative voices urge caution.
Construction complete. Cancel chamber ready.
Rise of the Manifestists. Rumor spreads of a new faction is emerging, driven by the ideals of Manifestism. In the aftermath of First Contact, as our understanding of the universe and our place within it comes into question, its proponents challenge established norms. They advocate for radical self-expression and fundamental re-evaluation of societal structures. Existing factions complain that their gatherings are being disrupted by manifesti agitators, whose relentless challenges to governance are slowly sowing discord across America.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
God. I had to sneeze really bad. This asteroid recently suffered an impact from another body within the asteroid belt, which resulted in a slightly changed orbit and a massive crater on the surface. Investigate. asteroid sensor relay, helping discover rare resources inside IU-11Y71. Our scientists discovered something most unusual. What appeared to be a simple asteroid is in fact a long dormant relay station with a complex electronics and advanced sensors set up to send signals back to an ancient empire. The impact also has damaged some of the asteroid's internal structure, and we can only extract one system from it. Retrieve the sensors. Let's get sensors. Avoid rooms meet in groups of 3. Yeah, they're parasites.
System set.
Our surface expeditions report back some astounding findings. The planet has multiple major cities, all abandoned but quite good shape considering their age. The infrastructure and urban planning of each city is remarkably structured and harmonious, indicating a highly cohesive civilization driven by centralized collective ideals, perhaps even a gestalt consciousness of some kind. Based on the architecture and interior fixtures, the species that built all this seems to have small fungoids with a very low state of technical advancement. Where exactly all went remains unknown.
Anomaly found. Special project complete.
Shit, everything went by really fast. Interesting. Archaeological project complete. Archaeologists at Ilthium 3 have salvaged a small Voltum's digital pamphlet. Seems they're missionaries. This outpost passed pamphlets like this onto visiting merchants. Most of the data is corrupt, but there are severe references to the Great Light and the shackles of virtual reality. Interesting find. Small but recurring oscillations are observed in the orbit of Eiffel 4A, suggesting it was regularly subjected to some large unknown gravitational force. Further study of the surrounding space is recommended. Investigate. Void immunity.
Incoming transmission.
A relic, it's an antique. Just thinks it can survive this many centuries already. Built to last. Yes, the mining station order of Arcturus 2 extracts energy, does it not? We can assist. We grant you a satellite, one fitted with a clever technology. We call it the Rocket Energy Extractor. It will remain in orbit and increase the amount of energy credits you can obtain for the Arcturus 2 surface. Now, for the cost, we have run afoul of some legalities. Minor details, very trivial. We require some witness, some support, an upstanding face to block our cause. Would you strong and wise nation vouch for us, poor trustworthy traders, very innocent? His only mistake was distraction of the mind. A mere oversight that led to the desertion of some pesky legislator. Come back to this later. We should call you again for making our leave for your space. but we may alter the deal.
Research complete.
Corvette build cost minus 25, plus 25 build speed. Same for frigates. Produce from mining stations? Absolutely. A hush descends. The buzz surrounding the Manifesti faction has quieted, fading as quickly as the arrival of the protests was started. Some activists were spoke to claim their motivations range from pure satire to conscientious objection. Tens of galleries and museums have never been higher, but the public gaze has already moved on to newer, controversial groups of artists. We will continue to sift through the data gathering at this strange moment in Usonian cultural history. Fleeting whimsy.
Ships upgraded.
Slaves of the slots. Frequent visits to choice companies have resulted in many people in America becoming addicted to gambling. Many have turned to crime in order to pay. Disturbing news.
Incoming transmission.
Alright.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Research.
Improved deflectors. Fusion rocket. Resource produced from research station plus 10%. Absolutely. Same old, same old. Further studies of the lost civilization, E4 7, have given rise to more questions than answers. The plain city structures are thousands of years old, and that all seem to be constructed at roughly the same time, perhaps as briefly as a single century. Similarly, any additions or renovations to the urban structure seem to have been done planet-wide at sudden, widely separated intervals. The oddly punctuated development of this society seems to have shown no appreciable change in population size. Keep digging. Level up.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
There's signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Investigate.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Alright, Void Runner immunity. To develop a cure for Void Run parasitic infection. All our colonies have been immune to the current strain of spore bombardment. Gene clinics. Go for that. Feels like, weirdly enough, it does not feel like Stellaris is as requires like colonization as badly as like other games. Or maybe it's because I'm always get stuck in the early game. But it feels like you're getting just enough resources from regular ass stations and one planet. Oh, for fuck's sake. There are clear signs that the Kelsom 1 was once densely populated. However, whatever destroyed the civilization did a very thorough job of it. Very few useful remains have been found. Our scanners have detected several large cavities deep below the surface that may once have supported life. Perhaps we will find more luck there. Interesting. A recent breakthrough shone some light on the vanished city beetles of EFL 7. Apparently, the fungal species has a collective cycle of mass death and rebirth. They hatch en masse almost simultaneously across the whole planet and grow up as part of a linked hive mind collective. In the course of their hundreds of years-long life cycle, they spread out and reclaimed the cities built and abandoned by previous died-off generations. When nearing the next death rebirth event, they heed some species-wide biological clarion call. Through a sexual reproduction, they give birth to a pod that is buried deep in the ground. The parent dies, and the body decays and fertilizes the ground around the pod. After a long dormant period, the pods hatch, and the cycle begins anew.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Plus 10%. Okay, what the hell?
Research
Fuck.
complete.
Slow down. Standard construction templates. Infrastructure cost. Farming subsidies, food processing. Okay. The library. Our excavation of the cave systems of Kelsom 1 have found well-preserved remnants of an underground high-technology society built on a vast scale. Many of the ruins are in surprisingly good condition, and we have managed to find what our researchers are describing as a library of encrypted data crystals. Hopefully these can shed some light on what happened here. Keep at it. A cycle disturbed. Soil excavations at E47 revealed the fate of the missing population. They're all in their gestation pods sitting in the ground, growing and getting ready to emerge, when some natural phenomenon, most likely a meteor impact that upset weather and seasons for a few decades, disrupted the planet's ecosystem. As they hatched, they found a world devoid of sustenance. What should have been a shared celebratory rebirth quickly turned to a slow, collective starvation, ultimately the species' extinction. Unfortunate. Oh, shit, we have quite a few worlds that we can take advantage of. Let's wait until we reach... What's our pop growth? Wait until we reach 6,000 or more. It's always when I start building colonies when I start to struggle.
Ships upgraded. Situation log updated. System survey complete.
Charlotte's Compass is a rowdy place, which is not for the faint of heart. Due to frequent visits, citizens in America have become accustomed to conditions there to unprecedented level. What just happened? Oh, what the hell?
Special project complete. Cancel agenda.
Fuck. Americans have managed to salvage parts of Voltum data core that have been blown clear of the crater on E45. Most of the data was corrupt, but scientists did manage to properly translate the core gap, the basic Voltum time unit. Interesting find. Okay.
project complete.
The archaeologists investigating the Voltum orbital complex above OFAL 3A have stumbled upon an interesting find. The man's recovered a partial copy was apparently a fairly popular multi-user reality game enjoyed by billions of Voltum across the Empire. Although the game takes place in a fictional, highly satirized version of the contemporary society, it has proved a valuable source of information both in their language and culture customs. Interesting find.
Council agenda available.
Research from stations plus 10%. Archaeological project completed. After careful analysis of the Voltrum transmitter array, our archaeologists and data engineers have concluded that the machinery does not contain any technologies of value to us. The project has greatly improved our understanding of the primary Voltrum programming language, however. This will hopefully make it easier to decipher their data in the future. Interesting find.
Construction complete.
Lurking in the shadows. Our team member exploring the ruins on Custom 1 recently disappeared. After a short search, we found the skeleton seemed to belong to an American. Researchers have no doubt that these remains are what's left of our missing team member, but they are baffled at how the body decayed quite this quickly. They urge caution as we continue our investigation.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Off-road trading company. Trade across interstellar distances presents a new set of challenges to overcome. It is critical to achieve the transfer of goods from one system to another in a timely and above all cost-efficient manner. New research. Hostile environment and habitability plus 5%. I thought I had a... Joshua Ferguson has demonstrated credible leadership by uniting the council and ensuring the efficient administration of our society, making us use of statistics, tradition, and diplomacy. Joshua Ferguson has managed to appease not only the other council members, but also society's numerous factions. We're a strong group when we work together. Contiguity plus 20%.
Research complete. Construction complete.
Global energy management, capacity subsidies, nice. I hate how it costs upkeep of electricity, so it kind of defeats the point of adding more energy, you know?
Construction complete. Construction complete. Colonization in
The
progress.
first American colony. Colony ship is generally touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the continents of Ginian Prime. This temperate forested area will provide shelter and easy access to raw materials. The ship has been converted to a reassembled ship shelter to serve as headquarters, and its reactor core removed to act as the colony's temporary power source. Tents filled with construction materials, alongside prefab shelters, have sprung up around the city's ship's hull as colonists disembark, making the first American city on an alien world. Scientific progress will drive our city forward.
Construction complete.
Oh, damn it. Weapons damage. Yeah, I'm fairly... Yeah, there's a weird connection. I think I'm pretty shitty Linux user. I've only begun to really understand what was the proper word for it? Operating system. I guess It's surprising how a lot of them are just appear to have like their head stuck in their ass because they're open source. Except they're kind of pro censorship and whatnot. They're obsessed with Rust, like a programming language called Rust. A lot of them, but not all of them. Yeah. I switched to Linux because I wanted to like improve on myself in terms of technology. And I just showed myself how much I have to learn. Which is kind of a sad thing, but I guess I have to if anything, to get myself out of my comfort zone. So be it. Still, there's some things that are pretty cool. I've worked up how to make my desktop environment look pretty nice. There is a lot of customization to it. I wish there was in Windows. I think the problem with yeah. I think Windows is good for like workers and normal people, while Linux tends to be skewed towards like classically tech-minded people, which is. Except there's also a lot of Linux is for more tech-minded people, but the problem is there's also like a lot of Linux paradoxically who want to centralize. Well, good for you. Oh, that's pretty cool. If you manage to make your Windows operating system look like Linux, that's pretty cool. Did you like de-bloat it, I'm guessing? I'm guessing, did you have to like keep it from updating or anything? Because one of the problems I kept running into is that Windows would keep turning shit on that I already wanted off. But I think I'll look into it. Yeah, Linux is just like isn't like yeah, Linux is not as well as cracked up to be, but it's just an interesting thing I've been going through. Anyway. As we interpret the data crystals from the caves on Kelsum 1, we begin piecing together a picture of a troubled planet. Oops. The planet was once the center of a prosperous alien civilization known as the Alani Foundation. During the civilization's latter years, the Alani turned more and more to the hoarding of knowledge instead of more material matters such as procreation. As a result, their population fell rapidly, alarmed by their dwindling numbers. Their leaders attempted to find a technological solution for immortality. Records became scarce around this point, though it appears to predate whatever cataclysm forced them underground. It is not clear yet what result their efforts yielded.
Incoming transmission. Construction complete.
The rust? What rust? Oh, that rust. Just skip it off. Skip sleep. And get us new. What do you offer us? Orbital trash disposal. Yeah, we can spare the money.
Research complete.
We have plenty of fucking minerals. Orbital trash disperser. This orbital bombardment management system spams a planet with millions of minute high-velocity projectiles, overwhelming planet-side defensive grids with trash data. Ships equipped with this component will cause more damage during orbital bombardment. Interesting.
Research complete.
Alright, got a new ship type, destroyer. Structure, build speed. Let's build ourselves a proper destroyer. What shall we name this thing? Falcon. We went with Sparrow. How about Turkey? Proper silly name. Old with defects. Starbase in the Kajan system reports that the Racket Industrial Fleet has evacuated and abandoned a decrepit ship now in an unstable orbit around the central star. One man's trash.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
I'll take care of that. Oh, nice, you got an upgrade. Oops. Anomaly research speed plus 10%.
Construction complete.
Alright, we got our agro world up and running. Alright, what do we want? Let's build them a luxury residence so they don't feel miserable. Probably build some agriculture districts. We don't actually need agriculture at this moment. That might as well. What the? Hold on. Is this how it works? Like, you go through a system and then you get new upgrades or something? So it's like a fucking... My god. My god, they'd add a fucking battle pass to Stellaris, normal Stellaris gameplay. No, maybe that was the wrong word. It's like a tech tree for your tech tree. That's kind of dumb.
Construction complete. Receive cancellation already.
Salvager or yeah, excavator. I'm doing a lot of excavation archaeology products anyway. Okay. Old with defects. Likely due to the vessel being a civilian transport. The shipboard databases were not fully scrubbed as part of the decommissioning process. So while nothing else of value is found aboard the ship, our data scientists have managed to recover partial references to unknown alien technologies. Mineral cutting beams. We now piece together what became of the Alani's attempt at immortality. It appears that, far from being an everlasting life, they created a terrible menace, a swarm of microorganisms capable of multiplying rapidly and almost instantly devouring any organic matter. As must have happened to our team's lost member, the resulting cataclysm wiped out much of the population. The survivors splintered into two groups, one unwilling to give up Kelsom, one tipped to the depths, recreating the civilization in airtight pockets such as the one we found. However, this solution proved unsustainable in the long run. Eventually, the microorganism found its way into the habitats. The caves became their tombs. The other group instead went into exile. enforcing a planetary quarantine by utterly obliterating the surface, rendering it uninhabitable. They would henceforth live in small enclaves and dedicate themselves to preserving the lost knowledge of their civilization. Their ultimate fate is unknown to us, but one of the data crystals indicate they're heading to the Bintu system. Spike Williamson makes a fine weapon. Quarantine the planet, allowing only careful study.
Situation log updated. Research complete.
Research produce some research changes plus 10%. Produce some technicians plus 5%. I think I'm done for the night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Stellaris tomorrow. I'm gonna have to figure out, see if I can get some more games up and running. Alright everyone, hope you had a good time watching. This is Nektok signing out. It's nice to see someone drop in finally.